Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. We are lucky enough to have the CEO of Hemlane back to tell us what's going on with the company. How you doing, Dana?
I'm great. Thanks for having me again.
No problem. Episode 1 was fun. We actually encouraged people to go take the 30-day trial, hemlane.com, make it a weekend, work with your friends. But now you're going to wow us with a new dashboard that they're going to get to play with when they do that trial. What's it look like?
Yeah, so we have a new dashboard here. It says good morning because it is morning right now. But I think there's a big thing to kind of talk about with what do you need to know and when and information overload. And so when you think about just Hemlane in general and sorry, I'll get rid of that. Hemlane in general and the notifications we send, we try to send fewer notifications to you until you actually need that notification. And what I mean by that is if it is, hey, a tenant and the repair coordinator have gone through and scheduled something and done the troubleshooting, you're not going to get an update until the summary at the end of the day of what is going on with that request, because the last thing you want as a landlord who most likely is still working a 9 to 5 as you're building up your portfolio. The last thing you want is this information overload where you're like constantly getting pinged with requests. And so the dashboard is really a way that you say, okay, I just want to know what's going on with my property. Maybe I didn't even look at those messages. What are the next things I need to do? Like I have tasks here, but what's the biggest thing that I need to do here? You can go to your tasks and see everything. And then really getting here, I have 0 unread messages, but if I have them, I can respond right here. For your tenants, you really want to go through and make sure that you're able to respond to them very quickly with anything that they need. You can look here at your occupancy rate. So you can really see, okay, wait, this is not good. Like I should have 5% vacancy. Maybe you're doing some renovations or something like that, that would change your marketing, your occupancy rate. But how many prospective tenants do you have? Where are they in the process? How many expiring leases that you have coming up? So really just giving you a quick view of your portfolio, whether you have 1 property or 100 properties, it doesn't matter. This will give you an entire view. And then what are the repair requests that you have open over here? And you can click on any of these. You can click on anything here to kind of drill down into it. And then the other thing is just your financials. Seeing here what your late payments are in transit means it's on its way to your bank account, and really seeing where the problems that you have with certain aspects of your property. So this will really help give you just a general overview of how your properties are performing from a property management perspective, and give you kind of those actions of what are your next steps.
And again, folks, this is something you will get in the trial that we talked about in episode 1. Just go in, work with your friends, you have some requests, tenants, properties, and just see what's going on. Any other future plans for the application? I'm sure there are. Anything you want to tease?
Yeah, there's quite a few things coming out. Sure. I think some of the, as it relates to the dashboard, some of the more exciting features is everything from like, we have reports down here that will tell you how your properties are performing from a cash flow perspective. And you have like your debt service coverage ratio and stuff like that in here. However, I think one of the more important things with it is one thing that we don't have is the entire life cycle of your property. And what I mean by that is, what was your purchase price? What is it worth today? What rates? What is like everything that you would need to analyze, is this performing? And then benchmarking that against other properties to really understand. And I think that comes more to this asset management that we talk about of like, hey, is this performing? Does my overall portfolio, whether I have 1 or 2 properties or 100 properties, which ones are performing, which are not? And so really looking at that and then going much more through the entire life cycle of owning and operating a property, and really starting at that acquisition phase. And should then I dispose of this asset and get a new one, or should I keep it? That's some of the more exciting features that we're having coming up here at Hemlane.
That sounds fun. I get asked all the time about, great, Michael, you talk about yield, you tell us how to buy, but how do you measure your assets? And my short answer is I don't, but a lot of people should. Because they want to see how they're really performing, how they stack up, how they compare to industry averages. So I think that's pretty exciting because you just need a few more input points.
Yeah.
And again, you're doing these daily operational management. You might as well see the whole picture. So very, very nice job. I look forward to seeing that when it comes out. Thanks, Dana.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Mhm.